Ladies and gentlemen, you are on JohnRemus.com TV. We're going to talk to you about a number of things that you've probably never thought about, but I think are of great import and relevant to living in the now. One of them being taking a second look at the idea of segregated living, separate men and women, and that actually building up the energy, a good energy of respecting each other, having boundaries, you know, you're not eating at the same table, and cultivating this energy of respect, wholesomeness, and also excitement and anticipation for that right one. And the idea of, you know, there's a Christian ideal that, oh, you know, if you no intimacy before marriage. But guess what? They don't even define it right. They just say no sex, you know, essentially no sex, but really it should be no verbal intimacy, no flirting, no talking, you know, and of course no even hugging or other forms of physical intimacy. So that's number 1 and 2 things you know to seriously look at. And the idea is of course this coincides with all my other ideas on my websites. This number 3, the dream mate idea of, you know, save your energy for your dream mate and your dreams, no one else. Don't waste your passion on anyone casually. You know, there's other things to look into. There's the dream team, somebody who you know, you've probably never heard this either unless you've looked at my website. You know, this concept of there being a group of people who are not your LBG, whatever, legal, biological related persons. They're people you actually like. And so that's number 3 all there, my website, thenewrelationships.com. Then you have number 4, this idea of really considering where your products come from. And we know about this through, you know, you don't want slavery, child slavery, or you know, you want fair trade, but also vegan products. That's for good karma. But there's other things, like what about living or not living in a skyscraper because a window washer? Would you be a window washer? Or what about products in the oil industry? You know, is that fair trade? You know, so really think about those details. That's number 4. Number 5, the idea of a toothbrush, extra soft bristles like Sonicare, that doesn't hurt the teeth, right? These other types of bristles do. And well, look at Cartier right there. Look at. And then another thing is fluoride. You know, you don't want fluoride in your system at all, even for teeth. Instead, I recommend a particular type of toothpaste. It's called Jason. It's called Jason C Fresh toothpaste. Look into that. Another one, number 6, is really considering the possibility that, let's see, what else do I have here? Stuff you've probably never heard. Oh yeah, that you might have some parasites, worms, tapeworm. You know, it's not that uncommon, and there are methods, naturopathic methods to get them, disintegrate them, kill any larvae, and get it out the system. And also, it's worth looking up the idea of using turpentine. Turpentine is an old world cure. So look that up online. Dr. Jennifer Daniels. Another thing that's worth looking at is this plasma generator. Looked it up on the internet. You can generate plasma with a special conversion kit to most gas, you know, operating. And guess what you can do? You can in turn create a much more efficient, better fuel. And this is, you know, look it up. And then another idea you've probably never heard, but people in the old world, I believe, use this process. It's just a process of humane suicide. It's a process of letting go and wanting to go into the next life. But not any of this crap where it's like, oh, you want to transcend reality, or oh, you want to go beyond the cycle of karma or reincarnation, or you want to somehow have a better incarnation because of your good deeds in this life. No, I think it should be random, spontaneous, and people can invest in their future incarnations now. I bet you've never heard that in your life. How cool is that? Good idea, right? And another one is the humane aspect of, if your pet, for example, was hurting or was born mentally or physically impaired to the extent that they couldn't live their own life and have their own life experience, they're put down humanely. Their body's terminated so their soul can go into another place that's better. And that's what I like. And that's what I encourage. That's and that's at least for me. And it's called humane euthanasia. Why do you want to burden yourself on some people? Why not instead? Why not let go, and so that way people don't have to look after you if you carry to the bathroom, stuff like that. We don't need that in this. You want to create a heaven. Well, forget the idea of a heaven, because that's boring. That's no reincarnation. Life is meant to be processed through. Forget that. Remember the idea that reincarnation's fun, heaven's boring. Saying something. I mean, we are all that is, and I'm going to conclude with that idea. That's pretty much number 10 right here. The concept that we are all it is. So everywhere you can look at people, you can look at objects, and instead of being uncertain or the mystery, it's good to have healthy skepticism and be defensive as needed. But what it is that we are all that is, and so wherever you look, want good for people. See that celebrate their positive attributes: wealth, health, attractive bodies, symmetrical, proportionate features. Whatever it is, that's probably some stuff you've never heard. And guess what? I do have a business card. Check this out. It's my card here. And I also have a reference here, if you can read that. You can pause it and then play it. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to flip it here so it's legible. That's alright. Thanks for considering new ideas. Aloha.